Hello.
Let's go.
This is the beginning of the 2026 race season in Central Park. So it's the CRCA number 1. This is the 3-4 field, or the B field. I had a little bit of a weird start. I did not get clipped in. I don't know. I don't know.
We're neutral.
We are neutral because there is some construction going on Lasker Descent. After the descent, there's like a hole in the ground and construction plates and a gap and all that stuff. So to err on the side of safety, we are neutral just so that we can get a feel for what that descent will be for the remainder of the race. We've got 4 laps on the day. And my video is not going to be too long because I took myself out of the race. I didn't actually check myself out of the race. I just got a little bit nervous. Actually going down Lasker, and yeah, you'll see it when we get there. But the backstory on that is you can see it on this channel. Actually, I crashed 2 times in the 2025 season, and I injured my hands, and 9 months after the fact, my hands they're healed, but they're still injured. They're still injured. I'm still doing physical therapy at home and stuff to get my hands back to 100%. So I've got a little bit of PTSD with that. But yeah, so we're all riding together. I've got 2 teammates in the field. My hope on the day is to do work where necessary to make life easier for my teammates. So to, I guess, do some domestic work. If things go, I need to be in a position to bring them back. If there's an opportunity for a lead out, I gotta deliver it. So, yeah, I showed up to this race ready to do that. Emotionally ready, physically ready. I didn't have the best morning. I left my house and I had to turn back because I forgot my water bottle at home. So I then had to book it from Brooklyn to Manhattan to make it to the race on time. So I burned a few matches getting to the park, but I was fine. This race isn't too long. It's 25. Here's Lasker Descent. This race is going to be 4 laps, so about 25 miles or so. So I wasn't too worried about that. But yeah, last season I crashed twice. I'm a musician. If you're on this YouTube channel, you'll see some bass guitar content. I play bass guitar, and when I injured my hands, my fingers didn't work right. And I had a gig the day after my first crash where I injured my hand. And it was just a little bit scary. And I think that kind of stayed with me. So I'm dealing with that emotionally. So here we are, construction plates, there are cones in the middle.
All right.
But it's not too bad.
And the race is on!
And the race is on. So nothing too crazy. But right now I'm out of position. I I need to move up. I'm in no position to bring back a break if it goes being all the way back here. See if I move up or not. There's one teammate right there. I'm on Major Taylor. If you want to see my Strava from this race, you can just go to the video description and click there. Yeah, this isn't too hard. Doing like 300, 400, oh, 500. 500, all right, back down to 400 something watts. My heart rate is under control, but it's getting up. I'm at 168. When I get to 170, I know I'm working. My max heart rate is like 180 or somewhere around there. Because my other teammate on the right. So I'm at 170, probably feeling it. But my training has gone well over the fall and the winter. Just because I'm feeling it, I know that doesn't mean that I'm almost out. I can work under this pressure. So teammate is in frame again. We are the Major Taylor development team. So far, everything's alright. This is a hill. You can see the 4%, 5% grade. This is the first of the three sisters, if I'm not mistaken. The three sisters are just three hills, and the last of the three sisters ends at West 91st. Star Trek in front of me. They're the team with the green jerseys with the yellow stripes in the back. They're staying together. Someone on Dave Jordan is in front of me, like directly in front of me. I think that might be Nick. Yeah, one thing I knew about this field coming into it is that it was stacked. Lots of really strong people were here, so I knew this race was not going to be easy. Hey, all three people on my team are all together, so how about that? That's like a process goal. Trying to stay together in the peloton. Communicate with each other. Oh, this is the third, I think, of the three sisters. The second sister is West 91st. And then after this last hill, you then go to a brief flat downhill. But yeah, this is my third race of the season, but my first race in Central Park. Was really excited to be back in the park. Coming into this race, I had a rest week, and it's always weird to like manage rest weeks going into a race because like, you know, my objective is to race. I mean, is to rest and to recover from like all the work I've done. But I also still want to be fresh for the race, right? So I did like an hour zone 2 spin on the Tuesday before this race, and I did another hour zone 2 spin, but I did one with bursts, like some zone 2 and then like 20-second sprints, maybe like 3 or 4 of them, just to like remind my body that, like, yes, we're resting, but also something's coming up on Saturday. I'm in the middle of a base block. I use Trainer Road for my training. To look at the internet, everything about Trainer Road feels polarizing, but to talk to a lot of people, there were more people who were happy with the new system than are upset. You've got some selection bias when you're looking around on Strava and on Reddit and on the Trainer Road forum. The people who are really upset are really upset. The people who are really happy are not necessarily seeking out Reddit and the Trainer Road forum and Strava to talk about how upset they are. All right, here I'm happy with this because my teammate is moving up. I can tell that he wants to be close to the front, but I also don't want him to have to do more work than he needs to. So I move up with him in his draft, let him see me, and kind of silently communicate that if something goes, I'm here, I'm ready, you know? Here's NYCC in front of me and to the left. They've got a lot of guys in the field today. A lot of strong guys in the field. Maybe they've got like 8 or 10. So, yeah. That's like the story of all the fields at CRCA. NYCC is hands down the biggest team. But they've got a great pipeline. I get a little bit nervous here because there's like poop that has broken down to dirt on that little turn. And I actually, my second time crashing last year, I skid out right at that turn on some dirt as I was trying to avoid a crash in front of me. So, yeah, I was just mindful of that. Do I move up here behind this Continental guy? I move up a little bit just to keep it going. Someone else flies past me. I'm pretty sure I don't follow that person. But yeah, like the way my brain is wired, I think about stuff a lot. Possibly to the point of over-analysis. I do research for a living. It's what I do. So the fact that bike racing...
You gotta respect that.
Oh, that was a joke. That was a joke. I don't know if anyone got it or not. But the guy, the Continental guy, he put his hand out to get in the draft. And I just wanted to highlight the fact that use of a turn signal means you gotta let the guy in. Obviously, it does not mean that. It does not mean that. But that's the joke. Maybe someone got it. Maybe no one got it. I laughed. I never really use turn signals. I look and I go if I'm not gonna, like, you know, chop somebody with my wheel or whatever. I never make really quick, unpredictable moves when racing. You know, like racing is it's a stewardship. Like, you want to keep yourself safe. You want to keep your buddies safe. You don't want anybody to go down unnecessarily. And like that attitude is good. It's not the approach to risk that will have you win a crit if you're not head and shoulders stronger than other people, you gotta maybe do some risky stuff. Huge hole right there.
Somebody hit it.
A depressed manhole cover. All right, and this is the first lap. And I've got a little bit more coming for you. I think I alluded to earlier in the video that I kind of took myself out of this race. And it's hard to describe exactly what that is. It's easier to show you. So if you stick around, you'll see what it looks like for a person to take themselves out of a race. Not intentionally. I just got scared. I'm really happy with my positioning right here, just like being in the middle of a bunch of people. Like every time I'm like sitting in the draft, like really sitting in, I feel really proud of myself because I remember how scared I used to be to really ride in the draft from like my first season of racing. The only thing that happens is when I'm sitting in, I can see all the things that happen, like all the wobbly wheels and stuff. And I think something's about to happen here that makes me like a little bit nervous. Like, what's going on? Yeah, I think it's pedal power and Veselka right in front of me. Something happened. So Continental's taking a drink. And Veselka comes over and pedal power's like, hey, I'm here. Just pokes him. But like, in my mind, I'm thinking about what that could potentially be. Like, Veselka's fine. Pedal power's fine. But I am just like, oh, man, I hope these people are like, you know, everyone wants to stay up. That's the thing. That's the thing. But sometimes you make a mistake. It's like the first race of the season. Sometimes people just aren't thinking and they do something stupid. No one ever intends to crash. Crashes happen when people make decisions that they otherwise would not make, or when they assume that people are gonna respond one way and they don't. I just mentioned on the video there's a rider off the front. We can all see the rider off the front. I am not in a rush to chase that rider down because I can see NYCC guys in front of me. I know they're gonna chase that down. So here's a rider on the left. So I'm not in a big rush. But the pace is picking up here because positioning going down Lasker matters. Especially if there's going to be an attack. I wasn't 100% sure if there was going to be an attack this early on. But if you want to make sure that you're able to respond well to attack and not get left behind with everybody else, you want to try and be in a good position here and be ready to respond. So here is the Lasker turn, and here I am turning, and I see some dampness on the road, and I'm like, holy crap, I need to lean my bike. And I just didn't feel comfortable doing that. And so I did that. And yeah, I don't know what that was. In the moment I did it. I was scared. I was scared about leaning into that turn and maintaining my position. And so I slowed down like 10 miles an hour, had to sprint to get back up to speed. I got passed by the entire race. I think I'm the back of the race right now. Got to close this gap. And then there's an attack off the front. If you go back a little bit, you can see like that the field was strung out when we hit that first turn going into Harlem Hill, the hill that we're on right now. And so in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, there's an attack. I can see the front of the race right there, and I'm kind of on the back of the field. But if you look at my heart rate, I'm at 173. And my threshold for like things being difficult or starting to feel it a little bit is like 170. So I'm in a little bit of pain right now going up the hill, but I'm like, I'm gonna make it. And there's another wave of an attack that just happened. You can see the field is strung out again. And I'm breathing a little heavy. And here's one mistake I make. I don't go around this guy sooner. He's a little tired. And I'm tired. And I've got a gap. My heart rate's at 177. I'm feeling it. Feeling it. Look how strung out the field is. People are already curving left right now at the bottom of the hill. I just said, I think I'm in trouble. And so I know like all the alarm bells are going off. Gotta go. But I'm at 177. It's really high for me. And these people are not, like they're letting this gap open up. And I'm like, okay, I gotta get to work.
Come on.
So I tell the Dino's Wonder Wheel guy, come on, like hop on my wheel, and I'm gonna try to work to close this gap. But I am struggling. I'm on the struggle bus. I'm feeling the fatigue in my legs. I actually hit a PR in this little stretch for I think like 3-minute power or something like that. I'm pushing 500 watts and the field is pulling away because the attack is continuing to go and the field is responding to it, and I'm on my own in the wing. And that's the death knell. When the moto passes you, when the moto passes you, you're done. So this race, it's not, there's still a little bit of hope in my heart, but I'm tired. Like I'm doing 190 watts. The cavalry does not come. The cavalry does not come. It's just me. So I can still see them. I have a little bit of hope. I'm putting out 300, but they're probably putting out like 300 and probably going 1 or 2 miles an hour faster than I am, putting out the same wattage going up this hill. This second sister, I got it right this time. I think this is West 91st Street. If this is not West 91st, correct me. I'm breathing all heavy and stuff. It's shameful. It's shameful because I'm in the best shape that I've ever been in. I'm going to be 42 in a few months, and my FTP is higher. My performance in training is higher than it's ever been. Like my training's gone really well, but I just made poor strategic decisions. And finally, here's Adam from Houlihan Loki. He catches me, and this is essentially where you can stop paying attention in the video. If you just want to see Central Park and look at these numbers or whatever, you can stick around. But essentially the rest of this video is me and Adam trading pulls. Maybe after like 5 minutes of this, Adam just says like, hey, let's get some structure here, like do a minute pull, trade minute pulls or trade 30-second pulls or whatever. And we do that. You know, we take turns and we finish out the race together. I'll put a timestamp for the end of the video, like at a certain point after we accept the fact that we're not going to catch the pack and we work together. But like, at a certain point, I'm like, hey, Adam, like this working together's got to stop. We need to sprint each other and like really race across the finish line. So we do that. So if you want to fast forward ahead, you can see that. If you want to just stick around, whatever. Thank you for watching this much of the video and listening to me talk. Yeah. I'm still breathing all heavy, man. I don't know. I hold on. This was a good workout. I would say from this point forward, it just worked out to be like multiple reps at threshold and sweet spot, essentially, for another 35 minutes, 40 minutes. So if you want to watch someone ride around Central Park doing threshold and sweet spot, you can do that. Or you can accept the fact that you've been appropriately entertained for the past 25 minutes and move on to whatever other video you're gonna watch. Something on YouTube, something on HBO. I should just stop talking. Why am I still talking right now? I'm talking because my kids are letting me talk. It's Saturday after the race. They are eating their lunch. I processed this video. Processing went very quickly. Very quickly. I learned some new settings in telemetry overlay. I reached out to the developers and they told me why it takes so long for stuff to process. But yeah, my kids watching TV and eating lunch downstairs is the reason why I'm still talking, and I have not felt the need to stop this. But I should stop it so I can overlay this audio track on top of the video and upload it to YouTube. But yeah, there's another 2 races next weekend. Central Park on Saturday and Prospect Park on Sunday. I'm not sure if I'm going to enter the 4-5 field on Sunday or if I'm going to enter the Masters field. I guess it's going to be a function of just how I feel. It'll be a little bit stage racy, I guess. You know, I've got to make sure I get some nutrition in immediately after my Saturday race in Central Park, just so that my body can do the work of getting me ready for the race on Sunday. The 4-5 field is like 17 miles of a race.
Yo!
These pedestrians were wild. It maybe happened like 3 times that people are just crossing right into our path without looking. I don't know if you can see that given the resolution. This is 2K. But at multiple points for the duration of this ride, people just were in the bike lane. Not these people looked, thank you, but not looking. And I'm like, yo, you gotta look. You gotta look. And so I yell out to them like, yo! And what that causes is people, they are living their lives, right? They're living their lives just walking into the park, hoping to have a great day in the park. And they're like, yeah, I'm just gonna walk to the runner's lane, everything's gonna be fine. And then they hear some guy in spandex riding his bike at like 20 something miles per hour, yelling at them. Yo! That's their perspective on this. They're not thinking, oh, I should have looked. They're thinking, who's this jerk and why is he yelling at me? And so I did not contribute to the positive perceptions that people should have of cyclists. I did not in that moment.
Come in.
If anything, I detracted from it. There are 2 more people now walking around Central Park who are like, man, these, quote, Tour de France wannabes are just ruining the park for everybody. But in reality, the park is empty. And there's a sanctioned race going on. They should know. They should know. Just look. Just look. Maybe that's too much to ask. I don't know. If you're not from New York, there's all kinds of like fights going on. Like they tried to introduce a 15 mile per hour speed limit for all bikes in the park. All bikes. So the kind of bike I'm on and e-bikes. And ultimately that's because, you know, people have gotten hit by bikes. Also, there are absolutely, without a doubt, there are jerk cyclists who are completely just jerks to pedestrians. They pass too close. They have no regard for like the elderly or the handicapped or anything. Like, you know, if you catch them mid-interval, they do not care. So like there are those people, but then like they're just regular people who are in a race or who are riding at like a reasonable pace, and they just get cut off by pedestrians. Like, now I know there are lights in the park or whatever. No one cares about the lights. We do care about pedestrians, and like it's like a two-way street, right? No pun intended. Well, it's one way, but you know what I mean. Like, pedestrians look, cyclists look, and we time our crossings so that we do not intersect. Right? That's the way to do it. You don't need to have a 15-mile-per-hour speed limit. I think NYCC, the broader cycling club, not necessarily the racing team, they've put in some work in court to get a temporary restraining order on the implementation and enforcement of the 15-mile-per-hour speed limit in the park, which is, just to be clear, super unreasonable. If you're going down Lasker on any kind of bike, on a mountain bike, you're going to go 20 miles per hour.
30-second pulse. All right.
Yeah, all right, so here, Adam's like, yo, 30-second pulse. He's like, hey, Jason, you know, we're not going to catch them. Let's just work together, keep it steady, and let's go. So we kind of sort of trade 30-second pulls. It's like 30, then 45, then a minute and a half, then back to 30. Whatever works. We trade off, and we make it work. All right. But yeah, if you want to skip ahead to the end of the race and see me and Adam agree to sprint each other, you can. It'll be something. All right, I'm shutting this off.
Yo, being scared is what fucked me, man. Me too. I went like out of bounds. Alright, we got one. Third person. That was women's death. Yeah. Rotate. Rotate. Yo. Like nobody looks.
We know.
Yeah. though, you're fine. rotate. All right, 1 second. Keep pushing. Give me a second. A little bit of fatigue.
It's okay, let's maintain, don't speed up. You got this, you're gonna finish.
I'm on your right. rotate. But also, me versus you, we gotta sprint, man. Hope you're enjoying that lead out.
Thank you.
Some of the finest that CRCA has to offer.